Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tom or Gummy, and today we are back with another statue tutorial. Today we are doing a Nightmare Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and this is definitely a nightmare. This is a very difficult statue to do. It actually took me a while myself to build it in the first place. Again, this was designed by Lazar, very awesome job by him, definitely making my life very difficult. But talking of Lazar, if you do want to check out his channel, he is recently uploaded a Candy the Cat tutorial, the fan-made animatronic, and he will potentially be uploading more if it gets good feedback, so definitely go check that out if you've been wanting to build that. I know a few of you have been requesting Candy the Cat, so definitely head over there and check that video out. But yeah, anyways, hopefully you do enjoy this. This again will be another very long video. From the feedback I got on the Fredbear tutorial, thank you very much, it was very positive. I did get the feedback that a lot of people wanted me to maybe go a tiny bit faster, which is unusual because normally I go too fast apparently. But I will try to not go over everything like 2 or 3 times like I did last time, and that should cut the video, I guess, length down by a bit. So yeah, definitely bear with me. Again, I'm not used to recording statues 1 this difficult, or 2 this long. But yeah, if you do enjoy, definitely consider leaving a like, subscribing if you haven't already. Definitely stick around, I will be doing some more of the Nightmare characters in the coming few days. Preferably 1 every 3 days is what I'm trying to do. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoy. I will see you in the tutorial. Righty guys, so let's get straight on into the tutorial. So first of all, I'll list off the blocks you'll need to build this statue, and then we'll get straight on into actually making it. So you'll need yellow stained clay, orange stained clay, black wool, stone, cyan stained clay, white wool, light grey wool, yellow wool. You also need purple wool, block of gold, block of redstone, pink wool, quartz stairs, and also stone brick stairs. So that's quite a lot of blocks. If you want to pause this video right here and grab them into your inventory, that will be great, and we can get straight on into building. So as I mentioned, this is a very difficult tutorial, so will be pretty long, so definitely get your snacks ready and get yourself comfortable, because it will be a very difficult tutorial, so definitely pay attention. Okay, so starting off, we're going to start off on the front of the feet. So we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 orange stained clay in a row. Next row, we're going to place 8 black wool, and then we place 8 orange stained clay. So of course, right now it should be 3 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and that's the general dimensions we're going with. The legs will be 12 by 8, so we've done 3 of the 12 layers so far. So again, it's just 8 orange, 8 black, 8 orange. The next 2 rows, again, are solid orange, so 8 orange for 2 rows, and then the next row is 8 black. What we're going to do later on in this part is we're going to punch out some details on this part here. But for now, it is a 3 by 8 of orange. And again, recap, it's orange, black, orange, 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 black. So it is 6 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide. Again, we will be adding some detail, but I'll do that later on, or in a second, because it's easier to come back and do it afterwards. Okay, so for the next row, it is 8 yellow. The next row after that is 8 yellow stained clay. So when I say at the moment orange and yellow is the yellow stained clay, I will make it clear when it is the yellow wool, just to make that clear. From left to right, it's 3 yellow, 2 black wool, 3 yellow for the third row. The next row is 2 yellow, 1 black, 2 yellow, 1 black, 2 yellow. Next row, 2 black, 4 yellow, 2 black, and the final row for the legs is 8 yellow. So, once you've done that, it looks like this. Just to prove, there is the dimensions I stated earlier. The floor on here is Y5, as you can see on the map. The top of this should be Y17, as you can see it is. So, it is 12 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide. That is the dimensions for legs. As I said, there is some details we're going to punch out, so we're going to do that right now. So, starting on the bottom area, this orange area here, we come to the second row, second block in, on the left, we punch that one out, and then we punch the one to the right out. We then go 2 to the right, so leave a 2 block gap, and punch these next 2 out, and then we go up 1 on the left side. Moving up to this next section, the yellow section, on the first row, the third block on the left is that one, we punch that out, we go up diagonal to the left, and then up 1. On the right side of this yellow part, right in line with this part here, the 2 we punched out earlier, we come up. On the first row, we punch that one out. As you can see, it's in line. we go up 1, to the right 1, and up 1. Final few blocks we're going to punch out. We go to the top row, this top yellow row here, leave the first one, punch out 2, leave 1, punch out 3. So, that looks awfully empty. What we're going to do is go around the back and we're going to add the colour. So, what we do is we come around to the back side, as I've said, and we indent the blocks. So we make it, all for now, we're just going to place black wool, and then I'll point out where the stone is, because there's a few parts that are stone, which is unusual for, I guess, small details like this, but it is all part of the design, so it's definitely recommended that you do it. But for now, as I said, I'm going to fill it in black, just so you can see what it looks like, and then we will get to, I guess, doing the correct colouring, if I can pronounce my words properly. There you go. So, this is what it looks like if you do it all black. Of course, it's not all black, so we're going to change a few blocks. The majority of it is, granted. So, as you can see, it's all set back 1 block. So, all the areas that we punch out, all the blocks are set back 1. So, again, starting at the bottom, this one is fine, that's 2 black. This one here, the upper block, one there, is 1 stone. The next section, this block here, is actually 1 stone as well. And the upper block on that one there is also 1 stone. On the right side, the lower block is 1 stone, and the very top block is 1 stone as well. So again, it should be looking like this so far. The upper section, this part here, which is where we're going to be moving on into the body, the first block is cyan stained clay, second one being stone, and then the next part here is 2 stone and 1 cyan stained clay. So again, some of you might have been wondering why I filled it in all black, just to punch it out. It's purely just to make sure that you guys fully understand that it's set back 1 block from the main part of the build. So again, this is what it should look like so far. Again, it should be 12 blocks tall, 8 blocks wide, and you can feel free to pause whenever you need to do so. Okay, so that's the easy part out the way. Moving on to the slightly not so easier part, we're moving on to the chest. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by marking out where the arms go, and then we'll mark out the rest of the body and work on that. So, right next to this yellow block here on the left, we place 1 stone, and on top of that we place 1 cyan stained clay. The stone represents his fingernail. You could use the upside down quartz stairs if you wanted to, but for this one we're using stone. The cyan stained clay is the first block of the hands. So, next to that, to the left, we go 1 yellow stained clay, 1 cyan, and 1 yellow. That marks out the left hand. On the right side, we do the exact same, so we place 1 stone next to that yellow. Above that stone, we place a cyan, and next to the cyan, we go yellow, cyan, yellow. So, as you can see, the hands are 4 wide, and they are on the 13th block, so this is the equivalent to the 13th block. In height, and right now your statue will be 16 blocks wide and 13 blocks tall. But what we're going to do now is work on the arms. We're going to build them up, and then we'll do the body, because the body is slightly more different, or slightly more difficult, should I say. So starting on the left arm, what we're going to do, the first row of course goes yellow, cyan, or cyan, yellow, whatever way you are looking at it. The next row is 4 yellow. The next row is 4 black. The next 3 rows is 4 yellow. So this is what it should be looking like. That's 6, that's half the arm so far. The next row is black. And then the next 5 rows is just 4 yellow. And once you've done that, that is your left arm without any of the detail. And it is 12 blocks tall, 4 blocks wide, not including that stone. And what we're actually going to do, talking about that stone, is underneath this cyan here, we're also going to place 1 stone. So underneath every cyan on the arm goes 1 stone to represent a claw. So, we're going to represent this on the other side, so the right arm, and then we'll get back to adding the detail. So again, starting from left to right, the first row goes cyan, yellow, the second row goes 4 yellow, next row goes 4 black, next 3 rows goes 4 yellow, the next row goes 4 black, and then the next 5 rows go 4 yellow. And again, it's the exact same as the other arm, just mirrored, so it will come up to the same height, and if you've done it correctly, it should be at Y29 if you're on Xbox, or Y28 if you're on PC. Okay, so next what we're going to do is add the detail to the arms. So that's slightly more difficult. We're going to start on the left arm. So on the left arm, we come up to the second section. It's this part here. This area where it's a 3x3, or 3x4, sorry, my bad, of yellow wool, or yellow stained clay. What we do is we come up to the first layer, leave 2 blocks, and then punch out 2. The second layer, we leave 1 block, punch out 1, leave 1 block, punch out 1. We then come around the back and do our black wool, indented 1 block in, and that is the first section done. The second section is slightly more difficult, and we're actually going to work on filling the inner details in afterwards, but for now we'll just punch out the extra blocks. So we come to the top left corner, we punch out that one and the one below it and the one to the side of it. So that cuts out a chunk of his arm. Next what we do is we come to the first row, we leave 2 blocks, punch 1 out. The second row we leave 1 block, punch 3 out, and then next row leave 1 out, punch 2. Next row, leave 1, punch 1. So it gives you a shape like that. As you can see, we are losing a lot of blocks, but it all comes together in the end. So, as I said, I'm going to leave that like it is for now, because the inner part is actually slightly more complicated, and we'll get back to that later on in the video. But this is what it should be looking like so far. If you want to, feel free to pause. So for the right arm, it's slightly more simple. We're going to start on the second section again. On the right side, first row, leave 1, go 1 to the left, punch 1 out, go up diagonal, punch 1 out. We then come around the back again, put the black wool indented like so. The next section, this part here, we come to the right side again, go 1 to the left, up 1, do that one, up 1, to the left 1, up 1. Again, we come around the back. The first block, the lowest block, is black, on top of that is stone. We go 1 to the left with stone and up 1 with black. And again, it's indented back 1 block and gives you a finish like this. And like what we did with the other side, we come to the top right corner, punch 1 out, we punch 1 to the left and the one below it, and we take out the corner of his arms. So it gives you a more like curved shape almost. Okay, so as you can see, it should be looking like this. If you want to, feel free to pause. That is the arms done for now. And we're going to start working on the body. So, this is where things get more interesting. For the body, we're going to start off on this bottom left corner, and we're going to place 1 yellow stained clay, leave a gap, and then place 2 like that. So we have this 1 block gap right there. We're going to place cyan stained clay on top of that other cyan stained clay, that's indented back 1 block, and it gives you a right angled shape like so. Next, what we're going to do, on top of this stone, we're going to place 1 cyan, and on top of that cyan we place 1 cyan, and we leave the one in the middle empty. We're in fact going to cover that using yellow stained clay, so it gives us like a U shape, and then we place 1 on the very end, like so. The main body, we're going to place on the first row here, 1 yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black, and 1 yellow. And then what we do is we extend this black wool out here 1 more block to connect it like so. So essentially, the black wool we used on the arms, we extend it out 1 block each side to join into the middle and connect that black wool to that black wool. Then once you've done that, the rest of the chest is yellow. So we're just going to build up to the top, all the way up using yellow stained clay. And then of course we're going to add the detail afterwards. But for now I'm doing it more in the style of building and then punching out the detail rather than building with the detail. I think it's slightly more easier to explain and slightly more easier to understand. So, once you've done that, as you can clearly see on screen, it gives you a nice yellow plain surface. If you hadn't punched out the areas up there, what you'd have right now is a statue that is 24 blocks tall, 16 wide. And then we've got the legs, which is 12 by 8, the body, which is 12 by 8, and each arm 12 by 4. But this is not what the chest looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top left corner here. We're going to leave 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So we go 4 to the right, and on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th block we punch it out. And then on the 8th one we go down 1 and back to the left one. And we punch them details out. Next, what we're going to do is add the bib. So a lot of people would have been getting slightly more confused or slightly angry almost that I've left out the bib. We're going to come back to that, or we're coming back to it right now. We were coming back to it because it's a lot easier to add it on later on than to do it whilst I was building. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top left corner here again. We leave 2 blocks, and on the third block we're going to place 1, 2, 3 white wool going downwards. On the row next to that, we're going to place 4 white wool going downwards. On the second row, we're going to extend it 1 to the right using white wool, and then 1 to the right again using grey wool. Underneath that, we're going to place 1 white wool, and we're going to go twice to the right using white wool again. We then go up diagonal, up 1 and to the right 1, and that's the top right corner of the bib. So this is what it should be looking like so far. Alrighty guys, so you might have noticed a slight cut there. That is because my video recording software just crashed. So I had to pause the video and start again. But hopefully it wasn't too much of a, jerky cut. So it was a nice smooth transition, I guess. Or at least I'll try and make it nice and smooth. But yeah, anyways, let's get straight back into building. So what we do next is where we have this light grey wool, what we're actually going to do is go down diagonal. And we're going to place a pink wool. Below that, we are going to place a block of gold. We then go down diagonal to the right and to the side one. And then up diagonal to the right and also down diagonal to the right. In between them 2 blocks of gold there, what we're going to do is we're going to place a yellow wool. We're also going to place 1 yellow wool to the left of that block. This first block here, we're going to place 1 yellow wool under and also to the left of it. And right next to these yellow wools, we're going to place 1 purple wool. Like so. Final touches before we're going to add the rest of the white wool. We get our light grey wool, and down diagonal from this yellow and this gold, we place 1 light grey. And also, right next to this gold block, we place 1 pink. So, once you've done that, that is all the detail on the bib you're going to need. We just need to continue adding the white wool. So what we're going to do is of course place 1 right there, 1 right there, 1 next to the pink, go down to the side, down twice, whoops, down diagonal to the right. Also from here we go to the left 1, down 2, to left 1, up 1. So this is what it should be looking like so far. Then, underneath this yellow wool here, we place 1, 2, 3, 4. We go up 1. We also go down 1 from here, and down diagonal to the right. So, once you've done that, it looks like this. Hopefully, you have got something looking very similar. If not, definitely consider pausing right here. Let me get rid of my hand quickly, just so you can see it a bit clearer. Pause right there, and you should be able to catch up with not much issues. So, next, what we're going to do, and I said we'd do it later on, so now is later on, we are going to sort out that hole on the left side of the arm. So what we do is we come behind. On this first block we come back and it's 1 black wool. This block here, 1 black wool indented. Next row is 3 stone, 1, 2, 3. The next row, what we have to do is we have to come behind again and indent it 1 block even further back. And we place 2 black wool. We're also going to place 1 just there to cap it off, like so. And then the row on top of that is 2 stone, and we're going to place 1 there to cap it off as well. So, as you can see, this part is actually indented 2 blocks back. And you'll see in a second when we place the yellow stained clay there, I'll just place that just so you can get an idea of what it should look like. You see that it begins to look like this, and it begins to look like we've got a hole in the side of the arm, which is what we're intending to go for. So again, just to recap, it's 1 black wool indented 1 block, 3 stone indented 1 block, 2 black wool indented 2 blocks, and then 2 stone indented 2 blocks. So yeah, it should look like that. Of course, take your time, be careful, make sure that everything's going smooth. And in fact, I punched that block out, didn't I, by accident. That's my bad. But yeah, once you've done that, that is the front of the statue complete, and you can see where we're going. This is a very difficult statue, if in case I haven't already mentioned that. In case I haven't laboured that point enough already. But yeah, it should be looking like this so far. Again, it should be 24 blocks tall, 16 wide, 8 wide if you're not including the arms. But talking about wide, we're actually going to work on the sides now. There you go. How long did it take me to come up with that? So, yeah, what we're going to do is go to the left side, and we're going to come to the very bottom and extend it out 3 with orange stained clay. The next row is 3 black wool. The next 3 rows is orange stained clay. Each row I'm referring to as 4 blocks, although we are only placing 3 because the 4th block is already placed. Next row is black wool. Next 4 rows is yellow stained clay. Next row is black wool. And then the final row is yellow stained clay. So, it should look like this, of course, and it's 12 by 4. If you want to, feel free to pause. Again, something to note is that the sides of the statues don't actually have any detail. Reason being is because then it would become way too clustered. So we chose to keep it simple and opt out of adding unnecessary detail. Okay, so the other side, of course, is the exact same. So we come to the bottom, we extend it 1, 2, 3 outwards. Next row is 3 black. Next 3 rows is orange. Next row is black. Next 4 rows is yellow. Next row is black. And then, of course, the final row is yellow. So again, each row being 4 wide. And again, 12 tall. Of course, if you need to, pause here. But this part is probably the easiest part. So definitely shouldn't be spending too long on that. So, what we're going to move on to now, we've done the side of the legs, now we're moving on to the side of the arms, of course. So, we're going to come around to the back of the arms, we're going to start on the left one. And from this cyan stained clay here, we're going to extend it 1, 2, 3 backwards, using yellow stained clay, and we do this all the way across. And once you've done that, you can come below, and it's a 4x4 square, as you can see. Then, we're going to come to the side. So, of course, this is the left side, we come to the left side of it. And the first row, we're going to punch out the first one and the third one. We're going to replace that with cyan stained clay. And then, of course, like we've done with the other ones, we place 1 stone below them. If I can actually do that. There we go. And that represents, again, the claws. Okay, so the next row is 3 yellow stained clay. Next row is 3 black wool. Next 3 rows is yellow stained clay. Next row is black wool. And then the next rows, all the way up until the top, is yellow stained clay. Of course, what we have on this top corner here, which is something we don't normally have with statues, normally it would be like that. But because we have the corner punched out, what we do on the top row, the 3rd and 4th block are punched out, and on the 2nd to top row, the 4th block is punched out. And what that does is that gives us a little gradient at the corner, which makes it look like a chunk is missing, and makes it look super, super awesome. So yeah, definitely try and include that. If you do incorporate that, or do not incorporate that, should I say, the arm will be 12 tall, 4 wide. If you are incorporating it, of course, it's whatever it is. Like, it's still 12 tall, but minus these 3 blocks here. So yeah, hopefully you get the general gist. Of course, the other arm is the exact same. In fact, it is the exact same. But we are going to run for it nevertheless. So, of course, we come to here. And why is this missing a claw? I don't know if I forgot to place that. Yeah, always remember, if there's a cyan stained clay here on the hand, that is where the claw goes underneath. The claw you can use either stone, or you can use an upside-down quartz stair, like we did with the Fredbear statue. Yeah, Fredbear. So yeah, what we do here, of course, we go to the cyan stained clay. We extend it 1, 2, 3 backwards, all the way across. All the way across. And that gives us the nice 4x4 square again. Then again, on the 2nd and 4th one, or 1st and 3rd, whichever way you're looking at it, from left to right it would be 2nd, 4th, right to left, 1st and 3rd. Place a cyan stained clay, and then underneath the stone. Then on top of that, first row is 3 yellow, 3 black, 3 rows of yellow, a row of black, and then 5 rows of yellow. And again, like what we did with the other side, we ignore the first block on the 2nd to last row and the 1st and 2nd block on the last row. And again, this will be a block right there, and you'll have this nice gradient effect, which is what we're looking for. Again, it is the exact same as the left side, but if you do need to pause, It is 12 by 4. Feel free to pause right now. Okay, so we are making great progress. Hopefully you are too. And hopefully you have something looking like this so far. Very, very awesome. Can be somewhat confusing to build, but hopefully you are on the right path. Okay, so coming around to the backside of the statue, you'll have something looking like this. You might think that looks a tiny bit crazy. You have not seen it yet. We will be getting even more crazy just in a second. First, we're going to work on the legs. So the legs are slightly less crazy and slightly more easier to do, which is always nice. So what we're going to do is, first row, orange stained clay. We're just linking side to side. Next row is black wool. Next 3 rows is orange stained clay. Next row is a black wool. Next row, or next 4 rows should I say, is yellow stained clay. Then we've got a row of black wool. And then we've got, finally, last row of the legs, yellow stained clay. So of course, what I've done, like I've done before, is not included a detail, but the first row is orange, second row black, 3 rows of orange, row of black, 4 rows of yellow, black, and then yellow. Again, it's 12 tall, 8 wide, and all we need to do now is add some detail. So, detail time. What we do, start off at this second area here, which is made of orange stained clay. We come to the second row, second block in, we punch it out, and we indent 1 black wool, just 1 layer behind. We also come to the first row, to the second last block and the third last block, and we indent 2 black wool, and we go up 1 on the second to last block, and we place 1 stone indented. So it should be looking like that. Moving on up to the next section, on the second row, second block, third block, and then on the third row, the first block, we make this little right angled cutout. We then indent black wool 1 block in, like so. Next what we do is we leave a 2 block gap right there. We punch that one up, go up diagonal and up 1, and again we just indent black wool 1 block in, like so. Final bit, what we're going to do is come to this row here of yellow, and we come to the third last block, which is this one, and we indent 1 stone like that. Okay, so that is the legs with all the details. If you want to, feel free to pause. If not, that's your decision, your choice. Do what you want to do. As long as you get it built, that is fine by me. Okay, so what we're going to do now is something that we don't normally do on statues, which is work on the internals of a statue. So this one has a lot of holes in it, and therefore comes a lot of inner detail. Rather than working, I guess, from the outside and building it, what we're going to do is build it in the inside first, and then we'll add the outside onto it afterwards. I think it's easier. You personally might not, but I think that in the long term it is a hell of a lot easier. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come to this point here where we've got this mashup of cyan and stone and stuff like that. What we're going to do is this whole thing is too thick. So right here we have 1 cyan, we're going to double that up. Same with this one. Right here we have two stone, we're going to double them up. We're going to place 2 stone there, and also 1 cyan there. So if I remove this, what you'll see, I know I just built that, but what you'll see is we have a general shape going like this. If I just double everything up, you can see it is all too thick. So if I say 1 cyan there, it's too thick. And right now, the first layer is 1 cyan, 4 stone, and 1 cyan. And the next layer is 1 cyan, gap, 2 cyan, gap, 1 cyan. So, again, just to put it into perspective, this first row starts 1 block, or the top block of the legs, and it's the middle 2 blocks inside. And then the layer will go just here, as you can see. And then the next row is in height with the first row of the body. Okay, so let's do the internals. The first part here, these 2 gaps, we're going to place 2 stone on either side. Next, what we do is we have this 2x2 here of cyan. We're going to build this up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 using stone, and we do that, of course, all the way for both, like that. Next, what we do is on top of that, so that's a 5x2 by 2 area of stone. On top of that, we build a 2x2 of cyan stained clay. On top of that, we place a layer of stone, so 2x2. or 2x1, sorry, my bad. Next layer is 2x1 of cyan. So hopefully you can see where this is going. Next layer is a 2x1 of stone. And then the final layer is a 2x1 of cyan. So we have this area at the bottom, which is like the hips, and then we have the spine going up. Now what we need to do is add the parts coming off the sides. So at the very top, what we do, make sure you're actually looking at it from a back perspective rather than the front. If you're looking at it from the front, it will look like this. Make sure you come around the back. What we're going to do is on the very top, we place 2 stone either side. Whoops. And then on the left side, we go 1 to the left on the back part, not on the front one. And on the right side, we go 1 to the right, again on the back part, not on the front part. On the front part, we place 2 cyan stained clay, like so, either side. That's the top row. Coming on down, so that's all the top done. Moving on down, we come to this layer here, the third layer down, which is the one with the cyan. And we create a 2x2 of stone, as you can see. And we do that on the other side as well, it's mirrored. Underneath that, we place 2 cyan stained clay on either side. And next to that, next to this part here, we're going to place 2 cyan stained clay. We go down, place 2 more, go down, place 2 more. So it's a 3x2 of cyan stained clay. The other side, again, is the exact same because it is mirrored. So hopefully you can see that it should be looking like this. Next to that, we place 2 stone. So we're linking it back together. And then again, linking it back together, we go down diagonal and we place 2 more stone. And once you've done that, that is it. It is as simple as that. Hopefully you guys got that. I don't know how my explanation was, but I'm hoping it's alright. Again, this is the first time we've ever done internals on a animatronic. Well, actually, I guess the Foxy one we kind of did. But this is the first time we've done detailed ones. So, once you've done that, that is very, very good. Once you've done that, we can move on to doing the back plate. What's going to cover it, basically. So, what we do is we are going to create a 12x8 of yellow stained clay. So, we just go to the back part and we just build up 12 blocks all the way across to completely cover it, and then we'll punch out the details. Now, you might be thinking right now, we've just built this whole middle section and we're just going to cover it all up. You'll see in a second, and you'll get a awesome, awesome surprise, I hope. So again, if you didn't get that middle part, definitely go back in the video and see where things went wrong. Again, as you can see, it's these 2 middle blocks that are in between the front and the back. So that's where the internal part goes, and once you come in, it looks a bit like this inside. And it looks a bit cluttered, but you'll see in a second why we built that. Okay, so as you can see, we've got this 12x8 area. In fact, it's 13x8 if we're including this row at the bottom. So we come to the very bottom row, which is, in fact, the actual top row of the legs. We come to the third to last block. We punch that one up. We go up 1. We then come to the second row, or this one here, and we leave 1 block gap. We place 2, or punch 2, should I say, and then we go up 1 on this one. You'll notice there will be a gap there. That is intentional, so leave that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top and work our way down. So, we go to the top left, we leave 2 blocks, punch this one, go down, go once to the left, once to the right. We then go down once, to the right twice, down 1, to right 1, down 1. That's 1 strand. Of course, take your time. If you want to, pause. Okay, from here, we then go down 1, 2, 3. We leave a 1 block gap here, and we place 1 there, 1 there. We then punch 1 out there. So you kind of have like this upside down gradient, like upside down stair area. From here, we go 1 to the right, down 1, 2, 3, 1 to the left, and down 1. And once you've done that, that is all you need to punch out. And as you can see, that gives you a really awesome effect. Once we've filled in the arms, you'll really be able to notice this. But for now, it does look pretty cool, you've got to admit. And of course, I'm losing my voice, but yeah, I'm going to power through. So, moving on, what we're going to do, left arm, then right arm. For the left arm, of course, we're going to fill it in solid, then punch out the detail. So the first 2 rows is yellow, except this one here, which is cyan. Next row is 3 black wool. Next 3 rows is yellow. Next row is black wool. And then the next 4 rows is yellow. Or 5 rows, sorry, my bad. Okay, once you've done that, we come to the second section here. Third block, punch it out, go up diagonal, punch it out. We place black wool indented 1 block behind, like so. Then we move up to this section, where second row, second block, and then third row, first block, we punch it out. These 2 we indent with stone, and then this one is black wool. For the left side, final thing we're going to do is we're going to come to the top row. We're going to count 1, 2, 3. On the 4th one, we're going to punch that out and leave it. And then behind this, we're just going to fill this whole gap in with yellow stained clay. Again, just leave this block empty. And that is the left arm. If you want to, feel free to pause. Now we're going to move on to the right arm. So for the right arm, again, we're going to do the exact same as we always do. Fill it in. So we got the 2 rows of yellow. Next row is black. Next 3 rows is yellow. Next row is black. And then we've got 5 rows of yellow. Like so. Okay, so the first detail we're going to add, we're going to come to second section here. Second row, first block in, we're going to punch that one out. Second block in, punch it out. And then we go up 1, punch that one out. And we're going to indent using 3 black wool. Like so. And then the final thing we're going to do is come to the top section here. On the left side, we're going to go up 1 to the right 1, punch this one out, up 1, and then up diagonal to the right, punch it out. That one will already have a stone behind it because of what we did earlier. This one will already have a black wool behind it because of what we did earlier. As you can see, that's where the front is. And then below this, we place 1 stone. And once you've done that, that is it. You have built the body. In fact, you just need to fill this in. My bad. Just fill this in with yellow stained clay. But yeah, once you've done that, you have completed the body. And if you have got this far, well done. Definitely pause if you haven't and see where you've gone wrong. I will do a quick spin around of what it should all be looking like before we move on, and then we're going to start on the head, which is equally as hard and equally as fun. So this is the front of the legs, again 12 by 8. It goes up to where the claws are, that's where it ends. This is the body, again very, very complex. We got the left arm, and we have the right arm. We got the bib, and then we got this little area here, which is like the neck, a little cutout, and it looks really, really nice once you got the head on. Coming around to the side, we've got the left side, which is 12 by 4. The left side of the arm, which is again 12 by 4. Coming around to the right side, we've got the right side of the leg, which is 12 by 4, and the right side of the arm, which is 12 by 4. Coming around to the back, we've got the back of the legs, which is 12 by 8. We've got the back of the body, which is 12 by 8, with all them crazy details from what we did in the inside of it. Again, if you didn't get that, take your time, go back. If not, send me a tweet at Twitter, and I will help you out myself. Left arm should look like this, 12 by 4. And moving over, right arm, 12 by 4, should look like that. So, again, do not move on until you have got that perfectly like it is on screen right now, because all you're going to do is make your life a hell of a lot more difficult. So if you haven't, go back, see where you've gone wrong, take your time. If you need more support, definitely comment down below and I'll try and help you out personally. But for now, we're going to pause the video, make sure everything's going great in audio and stuff, and make sure we haven't had another crash like we had last time. And then we'll be right back to do the head. So I will see you in a second. Okay, so now that's done, I'm back. The video is going fine. We'll go on to working on the head. So, for the head, what we're going to do is we're going to start off on the left side, at the front. Make sure you're at the front. We come to here, right next to this white wall. In fact, on top of this white wall, we're going to place 1 yellow stained clay. In front of that, we're going to place 1 orange. We're going to go diagonal towards the right 3 times. Whoops, like so. So as you can see, we've got 4 orange stained clay in a row. We're then going to go to the side, and we're going to bring it back diagonally back towards the statue, like so. And then again on this white wall, we place 1 yellow stained clay. And that gives you a shape like this. That is the base of the beak, and that's a good start. What we're then going to do is fill this area in here with a black wool. All this area. totally with black wool. We're going to cover that gap as well, again with black wool, but don't place one here, and don't place one here. So, once you've done that, you'll have a shape that looks like this. From below, it looks like this, and it overhangs by 5 blocks, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, once you've done that, we can work on the sides. That's just to get an impression of the head, and just to start getting towards actually making it. So, what we do now is we're going to come to the left side, and we're going to get our yellow stained clay, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow stained clay, like so. We're then, on the left side, going to extend it upwards 2. Next, 1. Next, 2. 2. 1, 1, 1. And then 1 orange stained clay on the very, very end. In these 4 block gap here, we're going to get our quartz stairs, and we're going to face it towards the block, and we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. As you can see, again, make sure it's facing towards this yellow stained clay. Next, what we're going to do is get the cyan stained clay, and we're going to place 1 in that gap there. We're going to bring it up 2, to the left 1, and up 1. Next, what we do is we get our yellow stained clay, and we place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. If you're including the cyan stained clay, this row is 8 long. And then what we do is we get our stairs, our quartz stairs, we go to the very end, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Make sure they're all upside down, facing towards the cyan stained clay. And then finally we place 1 quartz stair like that, not upside down, but again facing towards the cyan stained clay. Okay, so next what we're going to do is place 5 layers of yellow stained clay, so 5 by 8 on top of here. So that's 1 layer. That's 2 layers, 3, 4, and 5. And once you've done that, it will look like this. And you'll have a 11 tall by 8 wide area. So, if you want to pause here, feel free to do so. And we will get to adding some details in a second. Okay, so I take it, if you haven't paused, you are perfectly good to go. So we will start adding some detail. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start off by coming around here to the side, and we're going to come to where this cyan stained clay is. We're going to leave 1 block, and then we're going to place a stone block right there. Next, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, like so. So what you'll see is if you come around to this side, it will in fact cover 1, 2, 3, 4 of the quartz stairs, and then 1 empty block. We're then going to come back round to this side, and what we're going to do is we are going to do 2 more layers of that. So it's a 3 by 5 area, as you can see. Next, what we're going to do either side is we're going to build up 2, and in this middle section we're going to make a 3 by 2 area of cyan stained clay. Next, we're going to go up diagonal either side with the cyan stained clay and place 3 stone in the middle. Once you've done that, that is pretty much all the detail you're going to need for this side. So what we can safely do now is punch out the details on the side. So coming back around to the side of the statue again, what we'll do is come to this row here. So not the one with the cyan stained clay, not that one, the next one. Go 1 to the right, punch that one out, that one, and that one. And what you'll notice is there's 1 block that's got stone, and then the 2 else are empty. That is perfectly what we want. Next, we come to the top row, and we leave 1, 2, 3, 4 block gap. Then we punch out the rest of the row. And then the row below, we punch out the first, second, third, not the fourth one. And then the next row, we punch out that middle one. As you can see, it exposes 2 stone and 2 cyan. So, that's what it should look like. If you want to, feel free to pause right here. Otherwise, we will continue. So, next what we're going to do is we're going to start working almost on the face. Not like properly on the face, but we're going to work on the details that go behind the face. So what we do is we come to this cyan stained clay here. We go to side 1 and down 1. We then do 2 stone next to that, and then we do the exact same but mirrored. Like so. Then what we do is we just turn this into a cube. So we bring this down, join this up, like so, and then we just fill the rest of this in with stone. Once you've done that, that will create a area, as you can see, which is 6 blocks tall and 6 blocks wide, a 6 by 6 square. What we're going to do is we're going to add the eyes first, then we'll come back later on and add the rest of the details. So for the eyes, we place a 2x2 of white wool there, and a 2x2 of white wool there. On the left eye, we punch out the bottom right corner, place one light grey, and on the right eye, we punch out the bottom left corner and place one redstone block, not redstone. Hopefully you got that. So, that is what it looks like from the front. It looks really, really scary, but that is the intention. Okay, so coming round to the right side, we're going to do the exact same as what we did on the left side. So we're going to extend it back 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up like so. And then we again create this 3x2 rectangle in the middle and go up diagonal either side. This block will already be here, this one won't, so you're going to add that and then fill the rest in with stone. Okay, and again, that is the exact same as the other side. It's 6 blocks tall, and on this side it's actually 5 blocks wide, whereas on the front it's 6 blocks wide. Okay, so if you want to pause here, that is what it should look like. Again, it's the exact same as it is on the other side, so that makes it nice and simple. But now we're going to go around to the final side, which is the back, and then we can start adding the shell onto the head. So, coming round to the back, what we're going to do is we're going to fill this all in, the bottom with stone. The bottom layers are all stone, like that. Then what we have is we have this area which is a 3x2 in the middle, which is cyan stained clay, with the one block on the left and the one block on the right, and then the rest is just stone. So, from a back perspective, it should look like this. We're going to place one row of stone right there, like so, and then that leaves us with just the shell to add before we can start getting on and finishing this up. So, next what we're going to do is add the right side of the head. So we're going to kind of like sandwich what we've just done into the statue. So for the right side of the head, it's very, very similar to the left side of the head. In fact, it's almost the same, just we punch out different blocks. So what we do is we get our yellow stained clay. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right again. We do the exact same again. So 1 orange and then 7 yellow. Next row, we're going to work from right to left. We have 1 yellow, 1 cyan, 2 yellow. We get our quartz stairs. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, pointing towards this yellow block here. Next, we go up 1 with the cyan, up 2 with the cyan, to the right 1 and up 1. And that's what's going to connect up to the next area. What we're then going to do is get our yellow stained clay, and we're going to bring it all the way across until it comes in line with this quartz stair here. So that is 3, 6, 7. Like we did with the other side, what we're going to do is we're going to get our quartz stairs, and we're going to go up diagonal, upside down towards the cyan stained clay. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the 1 block gap, and then we place the one that's not upside down, but on the higher level. So again, this is identical to the other side so far. And as you can see, similar to the other side, or identical to the other side, we've got the few that have got the stone behind, and then we've got the very end one which doesn't. Okay, so next what we're going to do is the 5 rows of solid yellow stained clay. So that is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and row 5. So, again, one thing to point out, that's 5 rows. If you include this one, it's 6, and it is 8 wide. So that is a 6 by 8 area. 8 tall, 8 tall, or 8 wide and 6 tall. Sorry, my bad. Finally got there. It's late, can you tell? So, the upper area, we're going to punch out the details, again, like we did last time. So we come to cyan stained clay, we go up diagonal, punch that one out, to the left twice, and then the middle one we go upwards. We go up twice, and to the right one, punch that one out, and then we go to the left 3, 1, 2, 3, and these 2 blocks here we also punch out. So what that exposes is 3 stone, empty gap, and 1 cyan, 1 stone. So that is this side of the head complete. If you want to, feel free to pause. Again, the bottom area is 3 by 8, and the upper area is 8 by 6. So, what you can see is we have this area sandwich, and that looks really, really weird. Come around to the back, and it also still looks very, very weird. So, we're going to close off the back of the statue first, and then we'll get round to doing the front. So for the back, what we do is we place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black wool right there. And then we're going to join this black wool all up and fill this area in with solid black wool. This row here, we're going to place 6 yellow stained clay. We're going to do another row, so that's another row of 6. And then the next row is 1 yellow, 1 cyan, 2 yellow, 1 cyan, 1 yellow. And it connects up like so. Next, what we do for the cyan stained clay is we go up 1, 2, 3. And on this one we got 1, 2, 3. And that links into the next area, which connects up. So the next area, it goes 1 cyan, 1 yellow, cyan, yellow, yellow, cyan, yellow, cyan, like so. And then of course we do the 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4 layer, 5 layer of yellow stained clay. And for the details on the back of the head, we go to the top left corner, go down diagonal, punch that one out. We go 1, 2, 3 to the side, down 1, down again, and to the right one. And again, what that should expose is 1 cyan, 2 cyan, 1 stone. What you'll notice about this is actually set 1 back. That is intentional, so don't you guys worry. One last feature we're going to add, in line with this yellow stained clay here. As you can see, we've got this gap. In line with this yellow stained clay here, we are actually going to put a layer of black wool. So we're going to come in around here and fill in a layer of black wool. Like so. So it should be 2 tall and 6 wide. Okay, so once you've done that, feel free to pause if you need to do so. If not, you are doing great. Very good job. Okay, so moving around to the front. The most dreaded part. Well, almost. So, what we're going to do is on top of these orange stained clays here, we're going to place stair, 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 facing towards the back of the mouth. And then this middle one goes stair back to back, like so. Okay, so once you've done that, it should be looking like this, as you can see. We've got the 4 teeth, and then we've got the one that's like back to back joined. Next, what we're going to do is do the upper part of the beak. So, we come to this area here where the eyes are. We start on this block here, we place 2 orange stained clay. Next row is 3, next row is 4, next row is 4, next row is 3, and then the next row is 2. So, once you've done that, as you can see, gives you a little platform like this, and you have the row of stone right there. Next, what you do is on this area here, we do a 2x2 of the orange stained clay. Behind that, we place 2 yellow stained clay, like so, just to fill the gap. And then what we do is we come underneath again, and we do the teeth. So for this one, and this one, this one, and this one, all the teeth are facing backwards again, upside down. And then for the middle 2, as expected, are the ones facing back to back, just like the lower jaw. But that is not where the teeth end. There are more inside, but we'll get to that in a second. The last few things for the front of the face, before we can move on. We place 2 yellow stained clay right there. We go up 1 more. To the left one, we also place 1 right there. So that gives you a little area right here that's, I guess you can see the inner parts of the head. And you also have 2 blocks right there where you can see it. So you place 2 there, as you can see. And then for the next row, you leave 1 on the very end. You place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just to cap it off. And once you've done that, that is the front of the face complete. So, as I previously mentioned, we've just got the inside of the mouth and the top of the head. The top of the head is very, very easy. It just involves filling some details in. So we'll go to inside the mouth first. So, of course, before we do that, if you want to, feel free to pause, take your time and catch up. I will get rid of my arm, give you some different angles on the build. Just give you a few angles of the mouth and how it connects, so you guys don't get confused. So yeah, this is what it should be looking like. So, let's go and add some teeth inside the mouth. So what we do is we get our quartz stairs, of course, we come inside, and in this gap here we have a 2 block gap right there. What we do is we place 2 more stairs back to back, and then we place 1 there, and 1 there. Make sure their backs are facing towards the orange stained clay right there, and it gives you an effect like this. Next what we do is we go to the back of the mouth where we've got this black wool, and we do a 2x2 of cyan stained clay with 2 stone on top. We need our stone brick stairs for this part, so we get stone brick stairs, we place one on the left side of the cyan and one on the right side of the cyan, and we do the exact same facing towards the stone on the ceiling. So it should look like this. So we got the 2 stairs on the bottom, and we got the 2 upside down stairs doing the exact same mirrored. Next what we do is we leave a 1 block gap here, and right in line with the cyan stained clay we do 2 stairs facing towards each other like so, and we do the exact same on the ceiling just above. So as you can see, whoops, let me get that, come on, let me place, right there. So there's a 1 block gap, and then you've got the upside down stairs right in line with the lower ones. Okay, so that is the lower teeth inside the mouth. Now for the upper teeth, there's not many, but there's still a few that we can mention. So we have a 2 block gap right there. We do the 2 back-to-back ones, as you can see. And then exactly the same as the lower ones, we have the 2 either, or the 1 either side. If I can get in, there you go. So we do 1 there, facing the back facing towards this tooth, and then we do 1 there, again the back facing towards that tooth. And once you zoom out and you come outside the mouth, it gives you a really awesome effect, as you can see. That's what it looks like inside the mouth, and that's the upper part of the mouth. Again, this quartz stair here should be right next door to the first layer of the stone, as you can see it is. And then that's the back of the mouth, should be right against the black wall, and then there should be a 1 block gap right there. Okay, so if you've done that correct, that is the inside details of the statue complete. That just leaves us with the top, and then that is it. So we come to the top of the head. What we do is we fill this in solid using our yellow stained clay, like so. We're in fact going to ignore these 4 blocks right here, because we have to punch them out anyways. So once you've done that, that is what it should look like from an upper point of view. Again, it should be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 8. So an 8 by 8 square minus these 4 blocks. If you include these 4 blocks, that is an 8 by 8 square, but we're not including them 4 blocks. So what we're going to do is on the 3rd layer, this is from the front, go to the 3rd layer in, and the 1st block we punch it out and reveal 1 stone. We then go 2 forwards towards the back and punch 2 more out, and that reveals 1 cyan stained clay and 1 stone. Next what we do is we go to the right side of the head, we go to the 4th layer, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 2nd block in, this one, we punch that one out, that one, and to the left one. And what that does is that reveals 2 stone, and then you place 1 right there just to fill that gap. And as you can see, that's what it should look like in perspective to each other. So if you want to pause right here, again, that is what it should look like. So definitely feel free to copy. And again, this little corner here, that's what it looks like with the chunk missing. So again, make sure it looks like that. But one last final detail we're going to add before we finish this video is the little quiff of hair, I guess you could call it, that Chica has. So what we do to do that is we make a 2x2 square in the middle. We don't make a 2x2 square, but we like surround it like so. So way to figure out how to place this, it's 2 blocks in from either side. So it's 2 blocks in from the back, 2 blocks in from the side, 2 blocks in from the front, and 2 blocks in from the other side. Again, this side will cover up the hole, but that's not an issue, that's all part of the effect. And again, from the left side, it's the 4th block, or 3rd and 4th block in the middle, either side. So hopefully you get that. There's this little 2x2 in the middle, that's the exact middle of the head. It looks like it's not, but then when you put this into perspective, it is, as you can see. Let me get rid of them 4 blocks. Okay, so one last tip, or one last point should I say. What we do is we bring this up diagonal either way. So for the front we bring it forwards, to the sides we bring it to the side, we go up diagonal like so. And this is how we make the little quiff of hair. It's almost like a like flower, I guess. You've got the original layers and then you go up diagonal outwards for each different layer. So once you've done that, that is it. You have completed the statue. Now I'm going to fly around the statue one last time because I know how difficult it was, and I know some of you might have got caught up along the way, and I don't want that to happen. So if you haven't got a statue looking like this, definitely go back in the video. Again, I will spin around the statue one last time in a second. If you do have any issues with this, definitely comment down below in the comment section, or if you want more personal response, definitely message me on Twitter at GummyBearGames, and I'll try at least to give you a more personalised help. Just send me images and I'll try and see where it's gone wrong. If that is the case, hopefully not. But yeah, so one last spin around. This is the front of the statue. This is the front of the legs, the front of the body, the left side of the legs, and the left side of the arm. We got the right side of the leg, the right side of the arm. Again, the point of this is for you to pause if you need to do so. We got the bottom of the legs, or the back of the leg should I say, the back of the body with all the inside detail, the back of each arm. Then we've got the front of the head, we got the underside of the head, we got inside the head with all the different teeth. We got the left side of the head, the back of the head, the right side of the head, and of course the top of the head. So, hopefully you found this video interesting or at all useful. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like down below. It really does show some awesome support. Again, big thanks to Lazar for all the help with this statue. Again, this is really crazy, and when I did originally see it, I kind of freaked out, my heart kind of sank. But somehow, and in just under an hour as far as I can tell, I have taught you guys how to build it. So, pat myself on the back, pat Lazar on the back. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I've been Tom, and goodbye.
Pull my heart out of my chest, train my mind so I forget. Sink your teeth into my bones, dig me out, then fill the hole. Tear me apart and watch it burn. Tear me apart and watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it.